Never, ever give this piece of advice if you want to be a good friend, a supportive family member, an effective manager or leader, because it is so unhelpful. And it's one of the most commonly given pieces of advice, but like not for you, not anymore, because you watched a video by Justin Schumann, Humans in his last name. The piece of advice is just be yourself. You just be yourself. Here's why that is a fucking terrible piece of advice. First of all, what you're intimating is like, just be authentic. Just show up as yourself. Think of how ineffectual that is if the person you're telling it to doesn't really know who they are. You're saying be yourself. The you in that sentence that you are telling them to be, they have no fucking access to. There's no sense of tether to what that means, who that is, what that would feel like. Same for you. You might even be watching this now and be like, holy fuck, he's right. Every time someone gives me that piece of advice, I spiral, because people say it with such casual energy, right? As if it's just like the obvious choice. Like, we know it's hard, but this is the choice you should make. What makes it hard is that I don't know who you're talking about. So if you want a better piece of advice to offer, and I talk about this in my TEDx talk that I did in 2022 called The Practice of Being Yourself, and it's basically what all of my content is about. Instead of constantly asking yourself, who am I? Let's use the word how. How do I feel about this? How would I think through a situation like that? How could I show up in a scenario like this? How actually allows you to step into this imagined self, right? Because if you have no real concept of you, then we can sort of fill it with something that is desirable, that comes from your head and your heart. How would I feel in that situation? Well, I imagine I would feel like this because I would show up in this way, and it like helps to acquaint you with your own values and your actions and your choices, how you would act, how you would human, how you would be in those scenarios, in a way that be yourself never will, because the only thing you have access to and be yourself is how you've been in the past. And that is unhelpful. So if you want to show up and you want to be a more compassionate partner, friend, etc., when a person comes to you and they are feeling lost, instead of reminding them to be your fucking self because that's miserable, ask them a question that involves how. How could you handle something like this? How would you feel if I said to you this? How could we work together to find a solution for this? How makes people feel capable? And making people feel capable and resourceful is one of the nicest gifts you can provide. Like I said, I'm Justin Schumann. I just want to help you show the fuck up in your life with ease and an ardent lack of apology.